Hello, hello. Today we have Akhter for the Puddle Jumpers flying Scum versus David for the Maulers flying FO. We have Han Solo with Maul and Hotshot Gunner and Trickshot. It's good overall. You got the extra mods for shooting through rocks. Hotshot Gunner steals that focus after you shoot them in an I6. That's really powerful, especially if you can pair them up with the next ship, Fen Rao. It's the SL version, has Fearless, ways adaptable power system, which gives him ways to remove stress tokens, and Beskar reinforced plating, which lets him lets him discard a crit if he spends 2 charges and has the opponent in his firing arc. Next, we have the Mandalorian with the Child and Kenizo's Switch and Outmaneuver. It's a great overall ship. He can slam around. And then Dirge with Proton Cannon and Contraband. Next, we have Major Von Reg with Daredevil Magpulse, very standard Von Reg build. Breach with Proton Torpedo and Fanatical. Kylo Ren, not the normal Kylo Ren though. We see Instinctive Aim and Concussion Missiles. Higher chance to do damage, just less consistent at doing it at the same time. Like higher damage output potentially, but less consistent when it comes to actually getting the results you want. Then we have the best FO ship in the game, Scorch, 3 points with threat sensors, fanatical and determination. And Agent Terex with tactical officer, going to be coordinating breach, most likely, bio hex something codes, and contraband. They're still in turn 0, just now finishing up their dials. So we'll see how this goes. Kylo and Von Reg are in that bottom corner. I'm not sure that they are willing to joust, but I could always be wrong. Rolling their dice. The game starts. Scorch is going straight. We see Tarek's turn. Probably going to make his way towards Breach. Dirge going quick with, I believe, the 5 straight. Yep. Just to focus. This Dirge is not like the CIS one. This Dirge removes a damage. So say he was taking 3 hits, he could take 2 of the hits and turn it into 1 crit and suffer hit crit instead of 3 hits as a total. Really the only time you'll see his ability used is if he's trying to not die immediately and if he still has his shields up. Breach with the 1 straight. Doesn't want to get too close to Dirge yet. I might roll. I don't know if it's red. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not red. So you definitely roll to get out of the proton cannon. Just a 2 straight by Kylo. Takes a focus or not. Okay, he's going to just jam himself. Fen Rao with, I believe, a 5 straight as well. Yep, everybody have done 5 straight so far. I'm curious to see what Han Solo is going to do, given that he's right behind that cloud. Doesn't exactly want to turn into Kylo and Von Reg. Might see a 1 bank left. Okay, he did the 1 bank right. That's curious in my eyes, because now you're jousting a bunch of ships with your 2 dice Han instead of going through the clouds. But we'll see how it goes. We shall see. We're seeing a coordinate. I guess this is the Maul that can coordinate. So he's a purple coordinate, spends the force to coordinate somebody if you really want to. I don't think we're. Oh, we did see the coordinate. Okay, and he is debating whether to boost, I believe, Mando. Nope, that's Dirge. Never mind. Boosting Dirge with the purple coordinate. He has all his dials to the right slightly, so it looked like it was under the Mandalorian. Von Reg does a 2 straight as well. I'll be a little curious to see what he does, because Von Reg does not want to just eat a Fen shot. Both Mandalorian, I think, and Kylo this coming turn are going to try their best to block everything. Does the barrel roll. And just out of range for shots. So Kylo will get to keep the cloak token and then decide next turn whether he wants to decloak or not. I think Mando's job in this situation is he's going to try and block somebody to get them the stress, so Han Solo gets the extra dice. Because I believe he gets extra dice from stressed chips. Yep. 1 additional from stressed chips, and then 1 additional from obstruction. And then he has trick shot on an upgrade, so. It's coming turn. I'm not really sure where Kylo's gonna go. I'd have to assume he's gonna decloak and try and GM up everything. It is a little hard to do that with I6 Han Solo, because Han Solo can coordinate somebody as well. This is just gonna be one of those games where 2 lists joust and only 1 person was right. He's looking at the 5 straight, I think, with that decloak. It's always something you should be of, cognizant of is where your opponent is putting their little hand in the game, because that can give away what they're thinking and what they're doing pretty easily. You can also, ironically, you can also use it to bait your opponents at the same time. Say you want to make your opponent think you're going to be doing a 3 hard or something around a rock, you can start outlining that exact movement with your hand, and if they're paying any attention to you, they'll see it. Doesn't always tell them, like sometimes they'll just ignore it, but every now and then you'll get them to think that's what you were doing or planning. Round 2, Kylo did the decloak. Seeing a 1 bank from Terex, gonna coordinate. Alrighty, sorry about that. Currently in the process of making coffee, since it's pretty early in the morning. We see Dirge move forward with, I think that was the 3 straight, 2 straight. I think he's gonna boost, yep, going to boost. Has a nice, at minimum, range 1 shot. It is in bullseye, so Breach will not be able to spend that focus. However, he did also line himself up with Scorch's bullseye, which Scorch has determination. If we look at his card real quick, determination, fanatical, and will use a stress to get an extra dice. Does have merciless as well, so he can put a strain onto his dirge or his breach and re-roll a blank. So potentially could be rolling 4 dice this turn at a range 2 shot if he chooses to spend his shield. Chooses to do a boost with Mando. Going for a block, maybe. Oh, Von Ray just makes it over. Most likely we'll see a strain for a lock onto Han Solo. Han Solo should also have his force back. Yep, there he goes. That was a nice move. I mean, the boost was nice too. It barely fits. It's because of where the little nubs are that it slides right in there. Takes the deplete. That's interesting. I would have been expecting the strains. And oh, then Daredevils. I don't understand that one because Han Solo's gonna move and potentially get a range 1 onto you now. I'd be pretty terrified of that one. Yeah, and Han Solo bumps, but he takes the stress focus, and now Vonreg, you're going to eat 4 dice, I think it is. I believe it's 4 dice. Has the deplete, so he's just shooting primary. Hit crit going into Fen. Fen will be fine because of it being a range 1 front arc shot. He has Concordia. Oh, hey, Keiko. It is just now around 6:30 a.m. for me. Not one of my brighter moments. I waited until, I think, what was it, 12 a.m. my time to write a 5-page paper. And that is going to be 4 hits going into Vonreg, and he decides to almost kill himself. Down to 1 already. That Daredevil boost was really, really interesting to do it right in front of Han. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna go to sleep since I have class in a few hours anyways. Just powering through for today. We'll see how it goes. You might not hear from me for another day or so after this. May or may not be sleeping. But we're here now and it's fun to watch. This is Kylo's range 0 shot into Han Solo, I believe. I think. No. It's into Mandalorian. Okay. Now it will be 3 on 2. Mando going back into breach. For just another single hit. Single evade. Dirge double crits into breach. And breach says, I don't want my shields anymore. Going to see Scorch. Shoot at Dirge. You've already taken so much damage this turn, but you kind of need that damage to go through. So it's almost, you're almost tempted. I mean, especially with that roll, I'd be tempted to add the eyeball and then use Merciless on breach to re-roll the blink. You have Merciless. Re-roll. Please. He won't do it. He won't do it. We could also see the Dirge ability here and take, I believe. No, that's only when there's no shields. Never mind. If only he remembered. If only he remembered Merciless. And then 2 blinks from Terex into Dirge. We're at the end of round now. Both score 1 objective point. Score is 3-1. And I still can't believe it. The one hard Daredevil boost in front of Han Solo. It's just, I wasn't expecting it. Didn't respect the Han and got punished. So now if you're Von Reg, you have to one hard left. And you also have to not get stressed by all means. And just hope to live. If I had to guess, we'll just see a 1 straight by breach this turn. Probably will get a coordinate to take a target lock onto Han Solo. And may or may not see the 5k from Kylo. There's a few different options of what Kylo could do. He could 3 hard right, I believe that should fit. Focus, rotate. Or he can 5k. I don't think he has pattern analyzer. No, he has the conch missiles. So it would just be the K turn. Or you can choose to bump. But I think you'd rather Han Solo bump into Von Reg than bump into Kylo and give him a range 1 shot. Don't know. Did I add the damage onto Dirge? I did not. Kiko, how are Punishers doing this week? I think they won. I think they won at least one of their games so far, right? I think I streamed it. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure you guys are up, if I remember it correctly. May not still be on. Headhunters are in a hard spot this week as well. I think we're down. We're either down 2-1 or we're down 3-1. I think we're down. I think we're down 3-1. I know Metalbag lost and Bender lost today, and we played one game earlier, I believe, and I think we lost that one as well. That was on Monday. And then I played my game. That's the one we won. Oh. 1-3 for y'all. I think we're in the same boat then. I can check the sheets real quick while we're waiting for this next round. Punishers, yep, down 3-1 to the Foxes. And my team is down 3-1 to the Nerf Herders, yep. Havoc is down 3-0 to Hotshots. Misfits is 1 to 2. Order 66 already won their wake. That's a quick week. On to round 3 as well. Back to the game. Terex does the 1 bank. Gonna see a coordinate probably. Oh, coordinates him the barrel roll. That's interesting. Maybe trying to block Kylo as well. Or not Kylo, Fenrau. Might see like the target lock, like the link into the target lock into a 1, but only the 1 straights are, only the 1 straights are, 1 and 2 straights are white on blue on those things. I don't think they have banks, right? Those bombers. And if you're gonna do that, that still makes me so mad that he didn't give the strain on breach to reroll that blank. It's one of the best FO abilities that you can do, especially on those low initiative ships when everybody's already shot. Bando did a 3 bank. I don't believe that Talon roll fits. Oh, geez, it does. Nice. That is an outmaneuver range 1 bullseye shot, and he can link it into the target lock. Will he do it? Will he do it? Does he remember? No reason not to. Absolutely no reason not to. And he doesn't do it. Use this contraband on the 1 hard, so you can still do the stress focus. I think. I'm not sure how that interaction works, because I know you can still do focus actions while stressed, but I don't believe you're actually able to do the stress focus when you are already stressed. I think it's a different interaction because it's not on your turn. Like, you don't get that interaction to do the stress focus if you were previously stressed. But it's too early in the morning for me, and I'm not sure if I'm correct, so if they think it's right, we'll leave it. See a great block onto Fen. Yeah, you really needed that block. The bump by Han. Might as well stress focus. You can shoot at Kylo out the back, or you can shoot range 1 into Vonreg. Both are good options. One hard. You almost want to take the strain, but you know if you take that strain, Han Solo will kill you. I think you take the deplete and target lock and focus. It's not ideal to be shooting Fen at range 1 with only 3 dice, but on 1 HP you really can't risk. You really can't risk dying. And that's why I think, again, outmaneuver Vonreg is the best Vonreg. I will not change my opinion about that. Takes the strain for the focus and target lock. And outmaneuver Vonreg is the best Vonreg because you remove a total chance for them to evade one of your hits. So you can even take the deplete if you really are in a pinch like that, and you'll still get value because they're rolling 1 less as well. Yep. 3 dice going into, I can only assume Von Reg. Spends the, oh, re-rolling. I don't think that's intentional. Hot shot gunners. I believe Von Reg's taking 1 more damage. Yep. That is the end of Von Reg. Taking the shot into Terex, evades it. Von Reg's parting gift will be 4 dice, single modded into a range 1 fen. Not 5 greens, yep. Good shot, good start. And it didn't get any better. You are forcing Fen to spend that focus. Should still have the focus. Yep, there it is. Range 0 into Terex. Hit crit. Rolls 1 evade, so takes a shield. The range 1 outmaneuver with the CLT ability gets an extra eyeball. Not an extra dice, just an extra eyeball. You wish you had a focus. You wish you had the target lock, and you wish you had a focus. So, yeah. If you're gonna do the... Although I guess he did the talon roll, that's why he didn't lock. Doi, he should be stressed. I don't know where the stress is. I'll remind them if they don't see it. Two hits into Han Solo. I believe Han Solo should get 1 more. No, that's only attacks. Okay. Here comes the proton torpedo. You really hope this hits. Well, you hope you get the crit through, really. Not the best one. If he gets that single evade, it'll just go onto the shields. And he gets it. Shrugs off the proton torpedo. Yeah, go range 1, give Terex the strain. You get double modded 4 dice. Don't need to, just focus for hit, 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 crit. And he rolls 2 evades. And what he can do here is not his ability because it's hit crit in the end and you can only neutralize normal hits. Hull breach. Dirge is one of the few ships that could have actually benefited from... I'm blanking on what the upgrade is, but it's the one that... Enduring. It's enduring. It's the one that makes you negate crits first, as long as you're not in the bullseye, I'm pretty sure. We'll get 2 points for center, as he's the only one in it. Some much needed points. And I guess that's something, breach. What do you do? That 3 sloop I don't think fits. I think it's gonna ram you into Han Solo. But otherwise that would be nice because you get the lock onto Fen. Hull breach. Hull breach. There it is. There's the stress that I was talking about earlier. And I guess we'll just have to wait for them to figure out what to do. FO is not in a terrible position. The hard thing for them is what do you do with breach? What do you do with Terex? I think Kylo just needs to not bump into Han Solo. Scorch doesn't really care what happens. I almost think if you're Terex, you should just stop. Just accept that they're gonna bump into you and try and get range zeros. Because the only other move that you can do that would make any sense is to go super fast with the 4 straight. I think he has that. I believe it might be red. And try and go for the block on Fen again. But if you do that, then you're potentially giving Mando outmaneuver on you. They finally removed it. Let's go. They finally removed the lines. Going into round 4. Or at least he rolled to go into round 4. Bump. Is it a bump? Oh, he does the boost. And then from there, he's either going to try this 3 sloop. I don't know. Do they have 4Ks? They might. I haven't looked at their dials. There's 3 bank giving up the flank to Mando, but hopefully stopping the range 1 of Fen. Coordinates the focus to breach as well. To Scorch. Let me look at breach's ability. After you fully execute a maneuver or perform a boost, if you move through an enemy ship, you may acquire a lock on that ship. I think that was a missed trigger. Because that boost 100% went through Fen Rao. And he definitely should have gotten a lock on him. That is true, he might. I think you're probably blocking Fen Rao this turn though. So I might have at least taken the lock. It's just, I think it's just gain a lock though, so you could technically take the lock on Fen, and worst case you bump into Han Solo. You bump into Han Solo and then just keep your lock onto Fen. Yeah, because now you bumped and you don't get any locks. But you could have still had one on Fen Rao if you took it, and then if you made it through Han Solo, you could have retook it on Han. Focus jam onto Han Solo from Kylo. I mean, Mando's gonna do great here though. Mando has range 1 bullseye, outmaneuver, target lock force on 2 Scorch. So we could just see Scorch disappear. Another bump by Han Solo. That was only friendly ships, so he should roll. Should roll a dice. Yeah. Gets punished. Little sad. But now we're going to see Han Solo try to damage Kylo. 3 on 3. Hit crit. Can Kylo roll anything? He does. Loses his focus due to Hotshot Gunner. Shooting at Scorch. I do like this. You don't want Scorch to still be there. Chooses to only... I mean, it ends up being the correct decision, but I was surprised you don't spend there to see if you can't get Scorch to spend. Range 1 outmaneuver. So that'll be 3 plus 1. Spend the lock on all 3 of that. No, you reroll the eye as well. Or not. Doesn't need to. Rolls 2 natties. And that is most likely, yep, that'll be the end of Scorch. He will not get to shoot. Gets to reroll the eyeball for fun. And because Scorch already damaged himself, he will go down to 0. That is the end of Scorch. Yeah, I didn't add it, but he had determination himself last round. Overall, has been some really good maneuvers by Mando and Han Solo. Although Han Solo has just been bumping, but they've been good. Rolls the blank into Han Solo from the range 0. 4 dice from Kylo. You really need this to do a lot of damage. That will do a lot of damage. 4 hits into... Spend the force. Han Solo down to 3. And this may or may not be, there's the directs. Yep, I was gonna say you can flip those up with Kylo's ability. Wait, did he not? I guess he said I wanted to flip the first one, not the last. Okay. Because it's just before he suffers a damage card, so you can flip any of the ones you want. So he has weapons failure and wounded pilot instead, I guess. but 1 more health. Where is weapons failure? There it is. Two dice, got the 1 evade. Not sure who that was into because if that was con, he shouldn't have rolled any. Oh no, it's weapons failure, not structural. Two more points for Akhter. Lost 1 shield on Terex. Scorch is dead. Vonreg is dead. Breach has lost 2 shields. Kylo is still full health, but only has a force. And on the other side, the only things that are really damaged is Dirge with a hull breach, but no one's looking at him. And Han Solo is down to 3 with a weapons failure and wounded pilot. But Han Solo has already done his job. And if you're FO, I don't know that there's a way back into the game at this point unless Kylo starts just deleting things. Because Breach might not even be able to make it past Han Solo this turn. Maybe the 4 straight jumps over, but then you're still going to be stressed, and then you have to do another straight maneuver to get rid of the stress. No, this is not a Malice Kylo. This Kylo is Instinctive Aim, Brilliant Evasion, Conch Missiles, and Sensor Scramblers. It's not a bad Kylo. It's not one you normally see. Normally the one you see at this point is Instinctive Aim Ion Missiles. Well, I don't know why Kylo didn't shoot the bomber. He shot Han, and he did spend his ability to flip the card. Oh no, Kylo didn't shoot the conch missile. He shot range 1 bullseye. The ship that has hull breach is Dirge. Does jump over, is no longer stressed as well. But now Kylo is can somebody explain how Kylo has a focus and a jam on himself? And he hit a friendly. They're taking the jam off of him. Okay. It says he rolled a dice, so I think Terex coordinated. Terex doesn't have a token. I think Terex coordinated him to focus jam. And then he bumped. Because he did roll a dice for the damage. That's why I was confused on how he then still got an action. Because Terex has nothing, so he would have had to have coordinated. does get stressed from Wounded Pilot. He fixed hull breach, or weapons failure, I mean. No, the jam has to have been from this turn from a coordinate action. Going to shoot range 1 into Kylo. Does not have a focus token. Or a green token, so Kylo will get 3 dice overall. Hit crit after spending the force. Kylo, you might as well spend your force, not your, your focus, not your force, because he is hotshot gunner anyways. Fen Rao, range 1, fearless, focused into Kylo. That's not what you want to see if you're Kylo. That will be 5 hits. You do have brilliant evasion, so you spend your only force, will just be the shields. That was the best thing you could have rolled other than natties. And now you will get your 2 dice or 4 dice back into Fen. Or you shoot range 1 into Han. I think you go range 1 into Han. You're not gonna damage Fenrir at this point. 2 hits. Takes 2, down to 1. Yeah, if it was anything like last season, we would have watched you roll nothing but blanks the entire game. My Kylo loves doing the same thing. I just give him the nickname at this point, Blank Low, because that's what he feels like. I'm surprised we're only seeing 2 dice here with the eyeball. Is that not range? It is range 2, just barely. 1 more shield into Terex. Does not have center again. So that'll be 2 more points for Scum, putting him at 13 to 8. I mean, the good news is you're probably killing Han this coming turn. The bad news is you have to take another shot into Han, and you need to get into center. Fen Rao can either 2 bank right, you probably bump, or you can 3 straight. I believe their 3 straight is blue on the Fang, and you can focus boost towards breach. And here's where you wished you at least took the lock with breach when you boosted through Fen Rao, because you would have had that proton torpedo lined up and ready if he so desired to chase you. If you're Mando, I think you... that's kind of interesting for Mando. I think you need to go fast. He is not stressed, I don't think. So what, 4 straight should get you over? I think that 3 bank will fly you through the rock. So that's not a viable option. You either 4, 3 straight maybe fits. Mando doesn't have a 1 hard. They only have 2 hards. So the 2 hard is a base and a half forward, so base, half, and then it's a base and a half to the left, so it should fit. The 2 hard should fit. It'll throw you like right here. But If Kylo turns that way, then you're just showing your back to him. And I think you can probably kill Breach this coming turn. Either this or the next turn with Mando. Mando's full HP. If he takes damage, he just gets forced back anyways. I'd be surprised if we don't see a coordinate by Terex to Breach to give him a lock on Fenrau. Takes the boost. Wasn't expecting that. Maybe we'll see a too hard focus or wow. That was so close. There's a decent bit of space, but I mean looked like it was much closer. On to round 6. A little behind. Focus jam by Kylo. Just waiting for Han Solo to 1 bank in front of him or 2 bank. And Breach is running. I'm really surprised. I would have expected at least the coordinate into like a lock. And I'm surprised Terex went that fast because now if Fenrau did the 2 bank right, you're just giving him a range 1 shot. Mando did the was that a 3 bank or a 2 bank? It was a 3 bank. Honestly, I'm surprised Mando didn't. Ooh, I mean that's a little close. I might not have done the slam. The 3 hard slam. You might be flying him off the board. 1, 2 bases and a half. Yeah, you probably fly him off the board if you did that. Then again, you're so far ahead, you could lose that ship and it would not change the game. Well, I say that, but Kylo's still alive, so technically there's a way back in as long as Kylo's alive. Taking his 3 dice range 1 shot into Kylo. It'll be another hit crit for the 3rd time in a row. And Kylo will spend his focus because he's losing it anyways. Right, Kylo? You spend your focus. There's 0 reason not to spend your focus. You lose it anyways. Thank you. Range 1 from Fen. And if you had done that 3 sloop to the right, you would have gotten a really nice proton torpedo by Kylo. Instead, you're getting shot in the butt. Only 3 hits, but you only have 2 dice. Gonna take 2. That'll be half points on Breach. Down to 2. And now you're in the position, like, what do? You're probably gonna die this coming turn now before you get to shoot. I mean, I think your only savable maneuver would be to do the 2 hard roll right. Kylo attempting to kill Han Solo here. 2 hits, that's all you needed. Han Solo's dead. Terex. If Terex can get some lucky hit into... No, no hits. He'll roll absolutely nothing. FO will get an objective point this time. If you had done that bank, if you had done the 3 bank sloop, you totally could have gotten a proton torpedo off. Yeah, that too hard on Mando, I'm just looking back. That too hard on Mando would have probably been pretty nice. In worst case, you bump into the back of Kylo, and it's fine. You just don't take a focus. Dirge is just taking his lonely little trip around the board ever since he was double stressed. I'm surprised he hasn't fixed Hull Breach yet. Maybe he doesn't care. You should be safe from Kylo for at least 1 turn. It's going to be hard to turn him back into the fight because he's going to have to do the 1 hard boost. And depending on where that puts him, Mando could do the 2 hard left into a slam 2 hard and maybe have bullseye on him. It'd be close. Could be worth it. Only 14 minutes left in the game as well. I think we might be seeing 2 more rounds. Maybe. It depends on if Breach dies. If Breach dies... Let's see how much force he has. 2 force. Yeah, I don't hate the boost rotate. The issue with it is if you're gonna instinctive aim, I don't know. Realistically, you're not gonna do that much damage to Mando. Your ideal is to do 3 damage to him and then just pretend he doesn't exist and go for Fenrau to win the game. But you have to somehow get to Fenrau before he kills your 2 ships. I think the best maneuver you can do right here for Breach is to 2 hard and then just roll right. You can do the 3 bank right with Terex and take a focus. Or you can coordinate, because you have the lock over there too. Round 7. FO is first player. Oh, we see the boost. I don't I mean, I don't like that boost because now you're giving Fenrau another good shot on you. I mean, unless he just did a one bank and I'm not paying any attention. No, that was the boost. Two bank left. I hope you're not blocking breach with that. Oh, he definitely is blocking breach. I think he's looking at that three bank left. I mean, you can always coordinate breach the roll left and just run through a cloud instead. You still get the focus if you go all the way through. But we might have just seen him potentially just hit himself. Takes the coordinate action. It's either going to be a roll right or a roll left. And yep, it's the roll left. He's going to accept the cloud as punishment and do a three bank, I believe, into a focus. Unless he doesn't get ionized, then I guess he could still lock. Kylo does the one hard boost. Jam. Yep. I think if Mando did that too hard and too hard, he could definitely get that slam. There's the three bank. Gets the strain. I'm really surprised we didn't see him go for the block though on Fen. Because I think blocking Fen is your way back in because you need to buy time for Kylo. But if you're running away, you're giving Fen modded shots. And you're uber ionized. Still get the focus. Well, we did see the too hard, it was just the other way. And Dirge runs away. I mean, I would fix hull breach because anything that goes through can potentially just obliterate your ship. Huh. Too hard. I was expecting a two bank. I guess you just barrel focus. There's no punishment in it. Or not. Turning away with Finn is certainly a choice. Let's see, can Terex do a single damage to anybody this game? Maybe. We might see it. Oh, we do see it. His first damage all game. It is a... If it's a stun pilot, I swear. It's a fuel leak. You really wish that second hit went through, but damage is damage. He is down to 2. They both get 1 point for center. And I just can't believe Fen Rao would not roll for the kill on Breach. Because now what we're going to see is Terex is going to more than likely just stop unless Kylo's going for center. If Kylo's going for center, then we'll see a 3-bank right by Terex and probably a 3-bank. Actually, you can't do that because Breach will just bump into you. So probably we'll see the stop from Terex then. Has contraband, so he'll pop contraband, stop, focus or coordinate, whatever it is. And then we're going to see Breach do a 1-bank left. And then, I mean, I would be surprised if we don't see the 1-hard left by Kylo, but maybe, I mean, not Kylo Fen, but maybe he wants to go for Kylo. I just don't understand that. Like, there's nothing to gain after going after Kylo, because Kylo can just run away, and he has the turret. Round 8, this should be the last turn. 5 minutes, I don't think they're getting another turn in. The only way to win, if you're Khan, or not Khan, David, is to kill either a 4-point ship or get 4 points by having 2 people. So you can get the kill on Dirge and half Mandalorian or half N gets you 3 points. So that would actually get you the win. Kylo goes straight. You just boost jam. I would have probably gone faster if I was going to stop with Terex. Two bank boost. One hard. I'd be surprised if we don't see either the fix of fuel leak or hull breach. The only other decision you would do is a boost left. So that will fit and it will get you out of arc of at least breach. So you'll be taking 1 less shot. Yep, there it is. I think this is going to be an all hands on deck to kill Terex. That'll get you the 3 points you need as well. One hard by Fen. More than likely just the focus. Yep. Getting ionized on breach really screwed you that round. That's a great roll. You don't need to spend. He's only rolling 2 anyways. It'll be half points no matter what. I'm pretty sure at least. 7 health. Yeah, so 4 damage will give you half. First crit is wounded pilot, second is structural. That's not what you want to see. Down to 2 health. Took structural. And what was the other one? Wounded pilot. This is an instinctive aim concussion missile. This could also be terrible because if it hits, yep, you have to flip the one on breach and you have to flip one on dirge. Flips direct hit on breach. Panics pilot. Dirge will die no matter what because that'll be a fuel leak. Yep, so there adds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dirge is dead. Terex is on 1. Breach is on 1. Terex is on 2. You rolled nothing with Mando, so 1 to 1. And there will be one more round, just barely. Terex should also have a stress. Yep, he added it. I think Kylo, if he only has 1 force, that's really, really depressing. Your only hope is that Fen Rao doesn't kill something, and you would have to fully kill Fen Rao to win. How you're gonna kill Fen Rao, I don't know. Because killing Mandalorian would give you 4 points. That would technically put you in the lead. So yeah, I guess you can kill either one of them, but you need to kill one of them to win. And neither one is easy to kill, especially if you only have 1 shot. It has to just be a bunch of direct hits going into them. Which means I think, again, you're only going to be able to kill Fen Rao if you only have 1 shot going into them, because you'd need, like, Fuel Lake into direct on Fen to kill him. Because you're not going to get a range 1 bullseye, you're only going to get the coordinate, or the conch at the back. I guess if you're Terex, you could always, if you are Terex, you could always 1 straight, except that you're going to die. Coordinate either Kylo something, like a target lock, so you can 1 hard focus rotate. Or you coordinate Breach, the target lock onto Fen, and tell him to do a 3 sloop. You could even do the boost right, 2 hard, barrel roll, lock, and you might just clip Fen Rao. Not a lot of good options. No matter what, I think you have to accept that Terex is dead. If you kill Fen, that's 6 points, so that would give you 2 extra points that you would need. Because if Breach dies, that's 2 more points for the opponent, which would put him at 21, and then if you kill Fen, that's 6 points, which would put you at 22. So you need to kill Fen. I'm just gonna be straight up, you need to kill Fen. Does the boost. So we'll probably see the coordinate into like a focus from Terex. Why? 4 straight. I don't understand. Could have coordinated Breach to get the double modded proton torpedo. We will see a single shield. Does not get the force back because it wasn't from an attack. And breach sloops to the... I mean, I don't know what's going on at this point. I don't know. I don't know what that move is by breach. Well, the issue is you can't 3-sloop with breach and coordinate the lock because you can't do that with the lock because you need to have coordinated him to focus. And breach only gets the lock if he goes through the ship. You could coordinate him the lock, or you could coordinate him the focus, but you can't coordinate him both. But what you could have done is he did the boost, and then you could have coordinated him the focus, and then you could have done the too hard into a barrel roll. Into a barrel roll lock. And depending on how fast Fen Rao went, you would have the double modded Protorp. If nothing else, you'd have double modded range 1. But now all that happens is, yeah, Breach may or may not die, but it doesn't matter. You lose anyways because you don't have a shot. Did Mando just... Yeah, Mando just has a 2 dice outmaneuver shot. So he could get half on Kylo here too. It'll be 2 on 3. Gets 2 hits, of course. Well, 2 on 2 because of outmaneuver. And you'll get half points. And the reason why Kylo still gets 2 is because he doesn't have a green token and he has a jam in front of him, even if he did. So Kylo will get halved. Mandalorian will have lost a shield, and that will have been the game. Ends 22 to 17. Missed some objective points in there. They opened up dice stats. I mean, I'll take a peek. Ooh, I mean, that wasn't really good red dice. -6 red dice. Well, -6.4 red dice for David. Tarek, that all came. I think most of those red dice came from Tarek's though, because Tarek's did nothing but roll 2 blanks the entire game until that last shot. Alrighty, so that will put, I believe that'll put Puddle Jumpers up to 3-2 against the Mawlers. Yep. Puddle Jumpers 3, Mawlers 2. I will catch you all later.